Da da da! Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today is the day. Today's the day where I am filming the horror movie and makeup mash. So yeah, I just came up with that. I just came up with that at the top of my head. Horror movie and makeup mash. Horror movie and makeup mashup. We'll work on it. Anyway, so I'm gonna finally be doing my horror movie discussion. We are going to be discussing the Terrifier, so if you haven't seen it, if you're interested in seeing it, if you're not afraid of gore or grossed out by it, then go watch it. It's on Netflix. Go watch it, come back with a full face of makeup, and we're going to talk about it. I did try filming this yesterday, and I was all over the place. I was a mess, so I had to take notes that I got right here. I went old school with a piece of paper and pen. It's the movie Terrifier, directed by Damien Leone. It's written and directed by him. Is about if you don't know, if you haven't seen it yet and you're just watching this video just to watch, it's basically about a clown by the name of Art the Clown, who is played by David Howard Thornton. And on Halloween night, he commits these murders. And I guess the two main characters, and I use very loosely because I would say Art the Clown is the main character of this story, which I really like because I think he did a really good job of like taking the time that you would normally see like Jason Voorhees in the actual Friday the 13th movies, extending that period of time. So he took maybe like 15 minutes of what you would actually see in a horror movie and extending it to a full length movie. Like that's all you see. So anyways, the two main characters, Tara and her best friend Dawn. Tara played by Jenna Cannell, and then Dawn played by Catherine Cochran. There's also a third, who I would guess say main character as well. Her name is Victoria. She would be Tara's sister, and she's played by Samantha Safridi. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that. So those are pretty much like the main characters in the movie. So the movie actually has a release date of March 15th, 2018, but it was first screened at a festival on 2016. From what I read, a lot of people really liked it when it first came out on the screening. But when I just actually discovered the movie, I did not find out about it until later. I would say about early 2018. I was scrolling through my Instagram feed as one does, and I saw a clip of the scene that I won't get into just yet, because once we talk about that scene, I'll let you know exactly the scene that I saw. But whenever I saw this scene, I was like, what is this movie and where can I find it? So when I clicked on the little picture thing, it didn't really specify what the name of the movie was, but you know how it has like the hashtags. It had like hashtag All Hallows Eve, Terrifier, and Art the Clown. So I immediately Googled Art the Clown. And when I Googled him, from what I found, he has been in 3 other movies before. And the scene that I saw was from the movie Terrifier. But before that, before he came out with his own full-length movie, Damien directed 3 other movies before that one. He first appeared in the movie The Ninth Circle, which is a short film. So I believe Ninth Circle came out in 2006 or 08. I'm not sure which one. But it was a short film about a cult of demons, and Art the Clown was first featured in that movie. After that, from what I got from Damien, or not what I got, but from what I can find, once people saw Art the Clown in that movie, they really enjoyed the character. So then he came out with another short film called Terrifier. That one came out in 2011. Again, it is a short film. So again, people enjoyed Art the Clown. Now I haven't seen these two because they're hard to find. I'm not sure where I can find them at, so I haven't seen them. But after that, the next full-length movie that he did was All Hallows Eve. And it's a full-length movie, but it has short stories in it, kind of like Trick or Treat. I'm not sure if anybody's ever seen that movie, but fun fact, one of my favorite Halloween movies. But something similar to that movie. And again, Art the Clown had a little short part in that movie as well. And again, when people saw that, apparently they really enjoyed his character in the movie. So then he was able to create a budget to start the production of Terrifier. Now the budget, I'm gonna assume, probably went to special effects because it doesn't look like a huge budget movie, but the special effects in this movie are so incredibly realistic that it's like insane almost. Like how, like it looks so real. So before going any deeper into the video, I just really quickly want to shout out Spooky Astronauts channel here on YouTube. She was able to actually do an interview, like a Skype interview, with both the director Damien and also Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton. She was able to get some more information on Art the Clown that is really cool. So really quickly, I will have her link, or I'll have the link to her video down in the description. If you're interested on more of like a backstory to Art, I would definitely suggest that video because I mean, she gets to interview the actual director and actor himself, and surprisingly give a lot about Art the Clown in that video. So I'll have that in the description, so definitely go check that out. But now we're gonna go ahead and just discuss some of these movie things. I just want to very quickly touch up on the acting of this movie. It may not be the best, other than David Howard Thornton, again, who plays Art. He was so creepy in this video. Like I can't. Like I really I cannot even. I don't know. He just did so good. And in that movie as well, that that's in the link, he even discussed his audition for it, and it's so funny. Like it's so funny and cool to hear. So again, definitely check that out. But yeah, the acting definitely isn't the best. Especially the exterminator. Like he did the job, you know? He did the job. So I will say the part of them two running into Art is super creepy. Like, it is really creepy to me. Like, can you just imagine drunk and just trying to figure out a way to go home, and all of a sudden this clown is like pops up out of pretty much nowhere and is carrying a large trash bag. Like, what the heck is up with that trash bag? First of all, like, what's in there? And why are you staring so, like, creepy and scary? And then he smiles, and it's just like, bro, don't smile, okay? Just don't. And I don't know how, like, one girl was just so, like, nonchalant about it. Her friend Dawn, or yeah, the blonde girl Dawn, like, she was just so, like, nonchalant, like, oh, he's just a dude. Like, no. And I will say, like, Tara did have some, like, potential to survive this whole thing. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, she dies. Nobody lives. And it's just like, how you have potential to survive here. Like, you see the signs, you know he's weird, you're trying to tell Dawn, like, nah, something's wrong with this food, and it's just like, you still end up dying. Like, how? And then the poor pizza guy, like, he was just doing his job, bro. Like, why do you have to carve his face out like that? Like, just... Alright, I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer. I think you're too far away. But, pizza guy, why do you have to do him so dirty like that? Like, not only did he, like, spread feces all over his restroom, but you're gonna kill him like that? Like, you're really gonna carve his face like that after destroying his restroom? That's messed up. The one part that I found like kind of not funny, I mean, I guess I did find it funny, but where Tara, she goes into the restroom of the building that they're parked next to, and the exterminator lets her in to use the restroom really quickly, and she runs into the that cat lady, the one with like the plastic baby, not plastic baby, but the one who has that fake baby, who thinks it's a real baby. Creepy. And they run into each other. Oh, my new neighbor, blah blah blah. And Tara just like goes along with it, and she's like, oh, I have to go find the landlord. I don't want to be late on first month's rent. It's just like, why? What was the point? Why are you? I guess I didn't understand like why she was going along with it. But then I'm thinking, like, if I was her, would I go along with it too? Or like, what would I tell this lady? She's obviously like crazy. What would I tell her? You know, like, would I also go along with it? Like, oh yeah, let me go find our tenant because first month's rent is due and I don't want to be late. Or would I be like, yeah, bye. So I will say the one thing that annoys me in horror movies is when they like don't double tap these people who are trying to murder them. They just like one stab and run away. And that happened so much in this movie. It's just like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, you should know by now that you need to double tap him. And Tara, my girl, again, you had so much potential to survive, and yet you just would not double tap this guy. Like, she literally stabbed him in the arm and then run away. What do you think that's gonna do? Tell me. What? How can that possibly help you in any way? How? No, exactly. It won't. I feel like I would maybe survive in a horror movie, but then also like I wouldn't survive 2 seconds in a horror movie. Like, I would literally just get too tired of running and be like, just kill me. Just do it. I don't have the stamina for that. Alright, I had to pause filming because I'm also cooking din din. So I went and got that started. So I guess we can now discuss about the scene that I came across on Instagram that piqued my interest in this movie. And it's the scene where Art slices Dawn in half. Yeah, like right down the middle. And then out of all things, once he's done, he takes a picture with her, because back whenever they ran into each other on or not like ran into each other, but whenever he was like stalking them at the pizza place, she went up to him and took a picture with him, and then he kills her, ironically takes a picture with her after. Like, how, like, who thinks of that? First of all, Art, you little psycho clown. I will say though, the one part that I wasn't a huge fan of is while he was kind of like terrorizing Tara and he decided to get his gun. But after watching the video that I mentioned earlier that I have linked in the bio, it kind of does make sense now the way they explained it. Whenever he kills Tara like with the gun, he just like decides to finish her off. In that video, they basically explains like, you know, it's pretty much his last resort of using the gun, because he likes to terrorize these people. Which I guess like it kind of made sense after they explained that, but when I first watched it, I just felt like that was like so lazy. I was like, after all this trouble you've gone through to get this girl, you're just gonna shoot her off with a gun. I mean, he shoots her in the face, yes, but all that trouble you go through and you're just gonna finish her off with a gun? I don't know. I was a bit disappointed with that, but I guess after they explained it a little bit more, I see why they did that. And I guess whenever he did that, you can tell the character was just a little bit annoyed at this point. So I see why they did that, but at the beginning when I first watched it, I was like, that was very lazy. Come on now. come on now, Art. You seem like you have potential. Another thing that I really did not like that kind of annoyed me in the movie was when the crazy cat lady went up to the exterminator and was like, you need to call the police, this guy's killing people. And he was like, get away from me, get away from me. It's like, don't be a douche. Like, listen to her. If you would have called the police, you know, maybe you could have lived. But no, instead you were like a huge jerk and you thought she was crazy. And that's why you died, bro. That's why you died. I will say, though, that this movie did a really good job of not really giving me how I feel like it doesn't really give a character that you're rooting for to survive, you know what I mean? You know, mainly horror movies will give, like, kind of a mini backstory of the person that they want you to root for. And this one, I feel like it doesn't really do that. It gives you Art the Clown and just random people that he's killing off one by one. And I think the only person I really felt bad for whenever he got to them was the crazy cat lady. Like, that poor lady. She was just minding her own business. You know, minding her own business, trying to save these people's lives. And Art's gonna do her like that? Like, he literally tears off her chest area. I do feel like the second exterminator that he killed was pretty gnarly. Like, the way he just beheads him was pretty crazy. And I don't think I expected that. Like, once he stuck that gigantic knife, like, in the top of his skull, I was pretty much expecting that to be that. And then all of a sudden, he just started slicing away at his throat. It was just, it threw me off a little bit. I was like, whoa, Art, you do not play around, huh, buddy? And then another thing, like, whenever the original exterminator, I don't know his name, but I know he's the bald one. Whenever he finally finds Tara's sister, who goes and tries to, like, save them, not save them, but who goes to pick them up, whenever he finds her, like, all beat up and cut and everything like that, and he calls 911, they're just, like, not helpful and don't seem like in a panic at all. Like, I wonder whose idea was that. Like, I wonder who was like, yo, 911 operator, just act unimpressed, act like it's not a big deal, act like people getting killed is just not your job to deal with. And I don't think I noticed that the first time I watched this movie. And then when I saw it yesterday, I was like, wait a second. Why is that 911 operator not fazed by this at all? He's literally, like, in a panic. And she just, like, unbothered, you know, does not care. What is up with that? I just think that David Thornton does such a good job at playing Art. There's just one scene where he is still after Victoria, who is Tara's sister, and she's almost getting away, and then he decides to hit her with a car. And as he's getting out, there's, like, jazz music playing, and he's just in the car, like, dancing, and I'm like, you savage. You are savage. Like, who does that? Like, I wonder what he thought whenever he was playing. Like, what kind of mind state do you have to be in to play a character like this? You know, like, I wonder, you know, like, you hear things all the time about actors doing, like, method acting and maybe getting too crazy for roles, getting prepared to play these characters. I wonder if he had to do anything to get himself ready to play this character. Because he doesn't talk. He's basically, like, acting with his body, with his face, and, you know, all the little gestures he does. And it's so incredibly creepy and impactful that you're like, I would die. Like, if I ever ran into Art the Clown, I would definitely die. I don't think anybody would survive, actually. Like, I don't think Art the Clown would spare anyone. at all, which is so scary. And it could literally be some guy in a suit, you know? Like, what? A real guy in a suit? Which brings me to my next subject. Is he human? Is he not human? I'm thinking he's not human, because from the information that I gathered, if he was in the ninth circle and that is about a demon cult, then he can't be human, you know? Like there's no way he can be. At least I don't think he can be human. Because even at the end of the video, he literally shoots himself in the head, like as he gets caught. And then being taken to the examinator, he comes back to life. So there's no way. And it's so interesting because when I was watching the interview that he did, he says that Art didn't even know he was going to come back to life after that. So I am really interested in like the origin of Art the Clown, like where did he come from type of thing. But then I also like not knowing, but then a part of me wants to know, you know? I'm a curious cat and I want to know, why can't he die? Can he die? What is he? Was that a trick? Like, what's going on there? I would love to know. And I'm pretty excited because I know they have confirmed a second movie. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if they've started filming it yet, or if they were gonna start filming it. And if you've seen this, is the beginning the end of the movie? Because I know they opened up with an interview of a lady who has survived. And I know Victoria also survived. Or is it him, like, is what we see him redoing it all over again? You know what I'm saying? Like, how often does he do these killings? Is it only on Halloween that he comes out and kills? Why does he eat the faces? Why? What is up with him and beheading people and just messing up faces? Like, that's what I want to know. These are my questions and I need some answers. I kind of feel like it might be a bit more scarier to keep Art human, only because that makes it all that much more real of it being just like a regular person dressing up and doing these horrible things. But then again, after shooting himself in the head, it's like, how can any human survive that? So yeah, I guess we pretty much went through the whole movie. I kind of want to go over my likes and dislikes. So for my likes, I will have to say that I really like the whole idea of this movie just being a full-on slasher movie and not so much of like a movie where you kind of get a character that you're wanting to like root for and be victorious at the end, because you pretty much know that these characters most likely are not going to survive. And that's just very different to me. There's not a lot of movies out there like that. I do also really like where it's not kind of like you hear a noise in the background and you're like, oh my god, who was that? Him? Is that this like antagonist person that we're looking for? It's like, no, it's him. You hear a noise, you know it's Art the Clown. Right away, there's no question about it. He kind of like pops up at most random places ever. And I really just like it, the creative ways that Art kind of kills off these people. I mean, there is a lot of beheading, but I feel like it's done in different ways. So I don't know, I feel like he has this weird thing with like messing up people's faces. Maybe that's just like part of a backstory that we'll maybe get a hint on later on. As far as dislikes, besides the acting, especially some characters more than others, I don't think there's anything that I really disliked on this movie. I mean, all in all, like, it's just a movie to pop on during a Halloween. If you're someone throwing a Halloween party and you just want, you know, a movie playing in the background, I think it's a cool movie just to pop on. You don't have to hear, like, dialogue of anything. You have to pay attention too much. It's just a full-on, full-length slasher movie. So I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, not too much anything that I dislike. Besides the whole, like, gun scene, but then again, seeing his interview, I kind of understand it a little bit more. But I mean, you know, to each his own. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done with this movie. At the moment, I'm not gonna say what movie that I'll do next week. I'll put that in a different video, only because I'm not sure how well this video is gonna go. So I just kind of want to, like, test the waters a little bit with this one. I definitely think that if I keep doing this, it'll get easier down the road. But at the moment, it was hard. It was hard to talk and blend, talk and do makeup. Like, that's hard. Really, really hard. So yeah, I guess we'll see how this one goes. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright guys, well, I think that is pretty much it for this movie. This was kind of fun, but it was also super hard talking and doing my makeup at the same time. I mean, I will talk and do makeup, but not this much talking, if you know what I mean. So that's something that I will definitely have to get used to. Right now, I'm not going to go too much into the next video, the next movie that I'll discuss on my channel. Just because I kind of want to test the waters out with this one, see how this goes, and then in a later video, you know, I will talk a bit more about it. But I know everything that I used will be in the description down below, so just in case you're interested in anything, check down below, because I will have a list of everything that I used, because obviously I didn't go too much about it while I was filming. But yeah, I think that's it. So if you have any suggestions, and if this was a video that you enjoyed, definitely leave a comment down below. I'm always into looking up new movies, new horror movies. I kind of want to do, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do both mainstream and also very unknown movies, kind of underground movies. So that should be fun. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.